Hey there YouTube, I'm Jixxy, it's the Jixxy Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to more Rome 2 Total War, and welcome to a battle replay, and you know what that means. It means I'm playing against someone important, by which I mean someone better at this game than I am, or more notable than I am, or something like that, because I'm neither notable nor particularly good at this game. So, I got invited to this game by wanGamer, and we were playing with Jixxy and Arcani. Now, I know who wanGamer were, and I know who Jixxy was. Jixxy is competing in the TWCC fall tournament. I think he got knocked out by Simon, but I can't recall for sure. And wanGamer is like ranked 15 or something like that on the ladder. He's just ridiculously good, really good. So I got invited into this. Do apologize to Arcani. I know the Arcani guild, but I don't actually know their members very well. I know that they're pretty good players though.
At the double, orders understood.
Okay, welcome to the battlefield. So as you can see, wanGamer and I are on a team here. We're playing as the Seleucids, both of us. Now I picked Seleucids because I knew that our opponents would be going cavalry heavy. I didn't know that they would necessarily be going this cavalry heavy, since they've gone Bactria. Egypt is pretty much a full cavalry component. But I've chosen these guys because they can take and field Hellenic cataphracts, but at the same time they can also take these camel archers, unlike the Bactrians, who I usually prefer. Now, camel archers are good because they can scare off enemy knights, so this lets me win the cavalry engagement with less Hellenic cataphracts than my opponent has. Now, I also wanted to take a bit of a thorax pikeline, but I didn't want to rely on it as heavily as I normally do, like I especially would with, say, Bactria. So the fact that I could take the royal peltasts is a good benefit to using the Seleucids rather than the Bactrians or the other factions of that sort. And of course I needed Hellenic cataphracts so that I could decisively win that cavalry engagement without having to sacrifice anything else. Now, our opponents here, I think I'm opposite Jixxy as the Bactrians, and I think that wanGamer is opposite Arcani as the Ptolemaic Greeks over here, the Ptolemaic Egyptians. So he's got a rush army with a little bit of infantry backing over here, and he's going to try and use those to sort of crack through these defenses. What I've decided I'm going to do is stick really close to my buddy here as they envelop us from all sorts of angles, since that's their mobility advantage at work. But they aren't actually much better off than we are in terms of melee cavalry fights, simply because, as you can see, they've spent a lot on these skirmishing ranged units as well. So they have got a small advantage though. I am outnumbered in terms of cavalry by 1 unit, in terms of melee cavalry by 1 unit, and they've also got 1 additional unit on top of that of Hellenic cataphracts, because one of my units is just the Median cavalry, which are a lot lighter. So we're a little bit behind on cavalry on my side. We are using the, I believe it's the Scan Invitational tournament rules, so 1 elephant per faction, 1 chariot if you want to take one, and 1, or maximum of 6 of any unit, so we can't just spam Hellenic cataphracts. Jixxy over here I think has the maximum number, and I'm pretty sure they've got the maximum number of Ptolemaic cavalry on this side, which, as you can see, I've already engaged against wanGamer over here. He's got his Silver Shield pikemen, who are very elite, sort of moving in to assist, and then you can see they're reforming as quickly as they can to capture these scythe chariots. The order's already been given, so it's too late. I'm moving my royal peltasts over here to cover these Persian light archers. Now, these chariots could have gone for those archers, and I think that would have been a better move than, the pikes from the fronts. And you can see him trying to use the pull-through commands, but that just doesn't work against Silver Shield pikemen. So things are going okay here. I managed to get my units in front of these Persian light archers in time to cover them, stop them from getting mowed down. And I'm just using these Median cavalry to try and scare away my opponent's forces here, maybe force an advantage, but I get a little bit too far out, so I return them back. I get my cavalry back towards my side, but I've lent a little bit of my cataphracts to try and help decisively sweep up on this side, but he's got a mix of cavalry and infantry mixed into the enemy here, and he's got his elephants crushing these Ptolemaic cavalry, which is going to end them really quickly. So doing pretty well on this side. He is exposing his Indian armored elephants to a lot of bowfire though from these camel archers, and these royal peltasts are getting pretty close. They won't win against these Silver Shield pikemen though, so that's nothing too bad to worry about. Now my royal peltasts are still tied down. Here's where the cavalry engagement's going to go on my side here. My Hellenic cataphracts get a charge through my Median cavalry into these enemy Hellenic cataphracts, and you can see that I get the most out of that, or a better bit out of that charge. Not by much though. You're also going to see a bit of a cav charge from me over here with trample and all that against these Hellenic Cataphracts with my Hellenic Cataphracts. And for some reason I think I lose that one, but I've also got elephants supporting nearby, so I'm going to be winning this combat okay. His Indian Armored Elephants are also there, but they're tired. Mine are not. Just winded. So we've managed to mash our way into some Hellenic Cataphracts and some horse skirmishers, and just knocking down everything around us. Now, they can't fight us here because I am supporting with Royal Peltas. I drew one unit off, and I've also got pikes moving in fast, so he has to keep retreating with his cavalry. We've got... This is that clash that we get. I've got... I think... I don't know, something about this charge goes wrong for me, and I end up losing this engagement on this pairing here, even though we're theoretically supposed to be even ground here. But I'm going to clean up in this ball here, which is the important part. My opponent's also a little bit tied up in this unit of Hellenic Cataphracts on my ally here, but they're not going to last long enough to make a huge difference. At this point, though, I should be able to get my camel archers towards the combat, which is going to really sort of start swinging this combat in my favor. And also, infantry is pouring in towards this area. Since I figure that I don't really need to be supporting these Persian light archers anymore, there's no real threats to them at this point in time. So at this point, wanGamer has basically cleared off everything on his side. The only real units that could have... Like, our opponents, I think, needed to have their Royal Peltas come in at the same time as the rest of their troops, and of course it would have been nice if they got their chariots against my Peltas instead of those pikes. That would probably let them win that flank, or come very close. But, as you can see, yeah, we were pretty prepared for a cavalry spam, as it turned out, even though that's not necessarily what we thought was coming. But, yeah, at this point, our opponent's running away from my rampaging elephants. This is a replay, so things are probably broken. I'm not really sure what is and what isn't. Like, I'm not sure if those horse skirmishers routed there. I can't remember if my elephants were alive here or if they were all dead by now, but they might have all been dead in the actual gameplay. But as you can see, we still have a lot of troops left. And our opponents just have mostly skirmisher cavalry and this one unit of Hellenic Cataphracts over here. So, basically at this point in time, our opponent's a little bit screwed. They're going to have to try and make do with their limited units that they've got here, since all they really seem to have at this point in time are skirmishing cavalry and this Hellenic Cataphracts. They aren't really going to be able to do enough to defeat our armies here, especially because I've got like this full-strength Hellenic Cataphract here, and these relatively good Median Knights. And wanGamer also has some good Hellenic Cataphracts. Now, there was another game, I have to tell you this, in case you think that like these guys are bad, where they beat us. I just didn't. I never actually save my replays. Like if you didn't notice, this one itself is also an auto save replay. So that's just sort of the way things are for me. I'll try and remember to save more. It's just that they're broken, including this one. So usually I forget. But yeah, I'll try and remember that. But yeah, they won that one by a little bit. They managed to clear away wanGamer by concentrating on him. I was playing Bactria in that one. Even though I managed to clear out what Jixxy... Actually, was it? I think I was actually against Arcana in that one. And I managed to clear out all of his stuff, but he only sent half his army after me to tie me up. And then they both ganged up on wanGamer and we died. So that's how that went. Now, this replay is bugged, so it's just going to come up like close to feet at the end, but that is how these sort of replays work. I mean, I'm not even sure that all these units are supposed to actually even be here, but we've got like a minute left in this battle, and there's like 4 units here. Yeah. My general I'm just sending in for the hell of it. I mean, he's basically on no hit points anyway. He's just going to get killed in the process of this one. But I think he's actually supposed to be dead by now, but it doesn't really matter. So anyway, yeah, this was my 2v2 game that I played with people who are quite a bit better than me. I think I'd like to think that I held my own in it. But yeah, it was a pretty good game. Anyway, I hope you found this enjoyable, and as always, I hope to see you all next time.